for watching Living on the Jeep and trying to figure it out. So it's the end of the month and I'm going to go over my last month budget. I haven't quite figured out. My computer sometimes works and sometimes doesn't. Not the computer itself, but the program to film the screen. So it wasn't working today, so we're going to do it this way, unfortunately. But I'm just going to go over what my budget was and my expenses for the month, and apparently I only went over $124, which is very impressive because I know I spent in some areas, but I guess I made it up for it in other areas, which is what I try to do. I try not to overspend my cash and start going credit card. I don't do that at all since I've been doing this program. So that was since September of 2016, I think, is when we really started buckling down. So we haven't used our credit cards unless we can pay it off right away. So if we have the cash and we have to pay, like I do a lot of races, I walk them. But when I do the races, you have to register online and I can only use my credit card. I did have a debit credit card, a debit Visa, but I found out they were charging me $5 per use. So I was like, what, $5 per use? No, I'll use my credit card for free and pay off the credit card the same day. So that's what I've been doing. So I was very happy to see I only overspent by 125 bucks. Yay! Don't know exactly how that happened or where, but let's go over this real quick. So I'm opening up my, I'm only going over my play money, my cash money I would call it, or my envelope money, because everything else is kind of set up monthly. Like, you know, your phone bill's the same every month, you know, your cable bill's the same every month, mortgage is the same every month, or rent. So those things I'm not going to go over. I'm just going to go over my cash envelopes and what I spent, because that's pretty much all I use. So, oops. Phone turned itself off a little too quickly for me. Okay, so my groceries, I spent 44%, which I was surprised because I thought that would have been all. Oh no, sorry, 44% of my budget was groceries. Haha, that makes more sense. And I spent $498.12. Entertainment and restaurants was only 17% of my budget, which I like to lower that even more, but I have a bit of an addiction. And that came to $189.01. That's where I overspent. My play money, I spent $179.18, but I had saved up for it. So in past months, I didn't use it all the time, so that's how I made up for that. Transportation was $142. It's a 13%, which is about right for me. My daughter's play money, which means field trips, clothing, anything like that, was $61.35. Again, we had saved up for a few months. Hair and gifts, $44.98. We had a couple of birthdays this month. Allowance, we spent nothing. I think I paid out $5. So that's my month. That is my month. And much to my surprise, when I tallied it up on the computer, it only came to 124 over, which I was like, woo, I kind of like that. Oh, excuse me. So I probably took it out of my sinking funds, to tell you the truth, for my car, because we haven't had to fix it in a couple of months, and I have a bit of money sitting in there, which is kind of nice because I know I'm going to need to fix it. In fact, guess what? We had no rain for about 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks. Started raining the other day, went to turn on my wipers, and they don't work. Like, what else can go wrong? So, the only time they work, they won't work when you turn it to like the slow, medium, or high speed, but they'll work when you single hit it, and if you hit it hard enough, then the fluid comes out too, but if you just tap it, just the wipers go. So I have to constantly be tapping as I'm driving, which is a trick and a half, but I manage, but it's not the safest way to drive. So I went and took it to the shop yesterday, and they said, well, if it's an easy fix, we'll do it right away. It won't cost you anything. And I said, great. So I took it in. It wasn't an easy fix. In fact, they had to hook up the computer to find out what's wrong. Excuse me. Then the computer could control the wipers, but for some reason when they turned the knob, it still wasn't working. So the knob itself needs to be replaced. It's going to cost me about $500. I have the money in the envelope, even though I spent some of it. So that's the good news, is I do have the money for it. The bad news is I have to fix it yet again. And the bad news is I have to wait a week. They couldn't fit me in, and so that's what happened. So that's my end of the month check-in. I'm in my run clothes because I went out for a run today, and my run was really super pathetic. I haven't run in about 2.5 weeks because of the weather. We got a massive heat wave, and it's been between 25 to 28 degrees. Americans, do not freak out. This is in Celsius. So look it up on Google what the difference is, because I have no idea. But it was stinking hot. And my lungs don't mind the hot in that in everyday living, like, you know, walking around and doing groceries or going to the park. What's hard is actually moving. So like running, playing in the park. Like I can go take my kid to the park and sit, no problem, and walk from point A to point B, but actually running is difficult as heck. My lungs, I guess, gets all dried up. The mucus inside dries up. So then I'm actually breathing with less than what I already barely breathe with. So I took those 2 weeks off because it was so stinking hot. Really, I should have gone to the gym or something with air conditioning and used the treadmill, but I didn't because I didn't want to spend the money and it was too hot in my house, and we don't have air conditioning in this house, so I didn't use my own treadmill. I always went out today and because the rain has come. Problem is, when the rain comes, I'm like a barometer. My mucus in my lungs gets all softened up and moistened, and I'm super, super productive, and all I want to do is hack up a lung. So I didn't get very far. I have a race that I joined, and I know I'm going to be walking it. So let's not call it a race. I have a run. Why am I calling it a run? I'm not running. Anyways, I don't know what to call it, but I have an event to go to on Saturday. It's a 5K, which is not bad at all. The last 5K I did, I walked the entire thing, and I did 50 minutes. I'd like to see if I can down that to 47, even if it's just walking. Eventually, I'd like to run one and bring it down to 45, if that's possible. Again, with my own lungs. But anyways, maybe if I ever get a new set of lungs, we can get it to 30. But right now, this is my goals, and yeah, we'll talk to you soon. Thanks for joining me. I hope your end of the month reconciliation was better than mine, or at least manageable. And I'm going to link a video about motivation. I thought it was really awesome. Wendy Valencia put it up, and it's with a whole bunch of YouTubers putting in their 2 cents on how to stay motivated, what got them started and stuff. And it's just awesome, 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 awesome. I really enjoyed it, and I saved it as my favorite. I suggest you do the same. We'll talk to you soon. Thanks for watching. Don't forget, you could subscribe by looking at my little saving piggy bank here. Also, I'm going to link up a couple more videos, I think over here, anywhere in this page, and link on those, and maybe I'll have a playlist for you as well. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe. Tell your friends about me. Talk to you soon.